Hey guys, today I am going to do a quick review of the Pebble Time and the Pebble Time Steel, and then I will move into comparing the two watches. So, both of these watches have a curved body, which I really like. It curves more to your wrist, so it feels more comfortable. The original Pebble and the Pebble Time, or not the Pebble Time, sorry, the original Pebble and the Pebble Steel had flat backs. So if you had a small wrist, it stuck out on the sides and it looked a little bit awkward, wasn't as comfortable. So they fixed that in this generation. They also have upgraded the watch straps for both of them. On the Pebble Time, they have a new plastic that they're using. It's a lot softer. It feels just a lot nicer on the skin. They've also added 2 loops that you can use to secure the watch band instead of just one, which I really like. Before, when I was using my original Pebble, either I would have to put the loop so it was close to the watch, so there'd be a lot of this part of the strap sticking out, or if I put it towards the end so the band would wrap around nicely, the loop would often slide off. So that was very annoying, so they fixed that in this version. The Pebble Time Steel also has 2 loops, but only this one is movable. They have upgraded the glass on the screens so they are stronger and will be less likely to scratch. So now I'm going to move into comparisons. So going over some specs, the Pebble Time Steel is 1 millimeter thicker. Hold them up. You can see that it is a bit thicker. This would only focus. Okay, there we go. Just a little bit thicker, not too much. It's not really noticeable when you're wearing it. And I have been wearing both of these watches quite a bit. I've been wearing the Pebble Time for about a month and the Pebble Steel, or Pebble Time Steel, for about 2 weeks. The steel is 6.5 millimeters longer, so that direction, and it is 0.7 ounces heavier. If you hold both of these watches, you can tell that the Pebble Steel is definitely heavier than the Pebble Time, but if you're wearing them, you don't really notice the difference and you get used to the weight pretty quickly. So another difference is the battery life. The Pebble Time has a battery life of 7 days, while the Pebble Time Steel has a battery life of 10 days. So get 3 days extra on this. But I've found that it's been a little bit less than 3 days if I'm getting several notifications and the watch is vibrating and notifications are always popping up. But you can get 3 days on slower days. I can usually get 3 days extra than the Pebble Time. Sometimes I can get 4 days. So another difference between the two are the buttons. I do have a skin on the Pebble Time, but the buttons on the Pebble Time are flat and smooth, but the Pebble Time Steel does have little grooves to provide a more tactile and grippy feel. You may like this, you may not. I don't really care either way. It is nice to have a little bit of grip on the buttons, but it's not a deal breaker for me or anything. So is buying one really better than buying the other one? Well, the Pebble Time comes in at $199, so $200, and the Pebble Time Steel is $250. or $249, but you do have to add on shipping and all of that, which I did not do for either of these. And then if you want the metal band, it's an extra $50. So for base accessories for both of these watches, it's $50 difference. And since these watches are so similar, they use the same software, the watches look very, very similar in appearance. They both have long battery life. I would say that if you don't want to spend too much money, I would go with the Pebble Time, and you can always upgrade to a different watch band. They have a really easy mechanism just by sliding this button right here, which can release the pin, and then you can switch out the bands. I would go for the Pebble Time, but if you do have $50 extra and you want to spend a little bit more to get extra battery life, have a little bit nicer looking watch that's made out of metal, it has the tactile buttons, then I would go for the Pebble Time Steel. But really is up to you, but in my opinion, there is no huge difference, which is unlike the original Pebble and the Pebble Steel. Those two versions were very different from each other. The whole body for the watches were different, the shape, and so it was more up to which watch you preferred, the appearance. But this one, since appearances are very similar and the only difference are a few upgrades, I would say that it's really up to you, and if you want to spend an extra $50 and it's not so much about appearance and more about if you want the smaller upgrades. So anyway, thank you for watching. Like if you liked, dislike if you disliked, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.